It is a constitutional moment in this country. We have an immoral president acting illegally and unconstitutionally, and I hope people wake up to what the hell is going on right now. Stone cold liar. Never did. Didn't even really want to talk about LA. Out of respect to the presidency, a 20-minute conversation, I won't even get into things he actually wanted to talk about. But it wasn't about any of these things. Now he's making it all up. This is past practice, is what he does.
Gavin should take a deep breath and say, my best friend is Donald Trump. Maybe he thinks that and he can't say it, because if half of the illegal aliens are in California and there's 1 million deportations, let's just say 300,000 self-deported, we were broke.
He's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do that? He knows where to find me. But you know what? Let your hands off 4-year-old girls that are trying to get educated. Let your hands off these poor people who are just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes, been here 10 years. The fear, the horror, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me, let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community, I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up, they need to stop, and we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
So basically, Donald Trump is taking wards of the California welfare system off Gavin's hands. And when I drove by sections of high-speed rail recently, there's not one. Our former colleague, Rich Lowry, has a very good column on it. Very good. And it's about the boondoggle, the not 1 foot of track laid, $30 billion. That was supposed to be the price for the whole thing. And, Gavin can say, oh my gosh, we were almost ready to finish high-speed rail. And Donald Trump cut it off, so I don't have to spend any more. I can't spend any more state money. That guy deported people. Oh, wow. What's our Medi-Cal budget? Oh, it's not so much in the red. And maybe Donald Trump will say, what you're going to, on federal lands in California, we're going to develop some natural gas or something. And oh, my God. Oh, wow. We have the highest unemployment of any state. It's well over 5% now. And Trump is his punching bag, but I think deep down he thinks, I'm going to ride the Trump wave, and it's going to help me get out of the self-created mess that I have inflicted on California, and maybe I can use him.
While the media loves to showcase Gavin Newsom as a fierce critic of Donald Trump, the truth may be far more complicated. California's political leadership has, in subtle but significant ways, benefited from policies they publicly condemn. Take immigration. Federal enforcement removed tens of thousands from the state's overwhelmed social programs, an economic relief Sacramento didn't have to take responsibility for. And when major infrastructure projects failed, like the now infamous bullet train, it became convenient to shift blame to Washington gridlock, rather than admit to years of mismanagement at home. But this goes deeper than party politics or regional incompetence. It reveals a deeper strategy among those in power. Break systems, dodge accountability, vilify anyone who threatens their narrative, and rebrand themselves as perpetual victims of oppression.
I don't know what it is, but why would they vote for a socialist when they're all affluent and they're all products of capitalism? And that's been a question that we've all asked ourselves, and usually the answer is they have reached a level of affluence where they're never responsible or they are protected from their ideology. It's always inflicted on poor people and middle-class people, but not them. Their analysis is they weren't mean enough. We got to get mean. We've got to get tough. We've got to get mean. We've got to get tough. We've got to go for the throat. You did that. You tried to destroy Donald Trump. You impeached him twice. You tried him as a private citizen. You indicted him 93 times. You raided his house. You raided Melania's underwear drawer. You took away her banking privileges. You took him off the ballot. You tried that in 25 states. You lied in the biggest scandal in history. 2015 and 16, you invented an entire hoax to destroy a candidate. Hillary Clinton hired Christopher Steele through 3 paywalls to do what? To destroy Donald. You did everything imaginable. You turned a riotous bumpkin weirdo demonstration on January 6th into insurrection. You lied, said 5 people were murdered. You did everything that was dirty, angry, over the top. And what's the analysis? We didn't do it now. And that's what turned off people. You can, I'm finishing the manuscript of the second analysis, The Fall and Rise of Trump. And boy, I've been looking at every one of those indictments, and every single time there was a mugshot, an indictment. Donald Trump, in 10 days, his polls went up 1 or 2 points.
Right. Yeah.
And they can be good things for conservatives, but this is what the left does when they're confronted with the reality that they had basically McCarthy-era loyalty oaths. If you were going to get this job, you must state what you have done in the past, the present, and the plan for the future to enhance diversity, equity, inclusion. That's what they do. If you don't answer it or you don't, you're not hired. So the result over these years with affirmative action, DEI, all that stuff is 95% of these elite campuses have liberal faculty. 95% of the faculty, I should say, on all of these elite. So why don't you try to junk the loyalty oath? Why don't you try to get different? They all love diversity. I mean, they define diversity as hating white males, but why don't they make intellectual diversity? So instead they want to make a little Balkan-like enclave, like the Hoover Institution at Stanford. The problem with that is that when you put all of the conservatives in one place, 2 things happen. They're completely marginalized, and they have zero effect on the day-to-day operations. So the Hoover Institution sits right in the most choice location. I'm on the 11th floor of the tower. I look over every time I'm in my office, I look over the campus. I have zero influence. The whole institution has zero influence. And if you don't believe it, we just had a 900-page analysis of anti-Semitism written by one Hoover fellow. I don't think it'll have any effect. Very liberal Hoover fellow, and they found it's epidemic. The Hoover Institution's there, but it doesn't seem to affect the fact that they put on their website 9% of the admittees the last 4 years were white males. 9%. Or they don't seem to have any effect that they were charging 50% surcharges. They have racially segregated dorms, theme houses, and racially segregated, auxiliary or additional graduation ceremonies. So what I'm getting at, that's the one thing they don't serve the purpose of trying to make the university more liberal. They just put them all on one place, or like a gulag. And then the second thing, the second thing that happens is when you have the Hoover Institution or a Harvard conservative figure, there will be people with some means that will step up on the conservative side and try to donate. So half of the Hoover budget comes from, roughly, I won't give you the numbers, but half the number comes from the endowment income and half comes from annual giving.
In this video, Victor Davis Hanson exposes the hidden contradictions of America's elite, especially in California. He lays out how Gavin Newsom quietly benefits from Trump's policies while publicly attacking him, revealing a cynical game of blame and deflection. Hanson's critique isn't just about politics, it's about the decay of institutional honesty and intellectual diversity. I agree with his view that the system rewards hypocrisy, not accountability. Until we demand real balance and integrity, on campuses, in government, in media, we'll keep watching the same cycle of elitist failure dressed up as moral superiority.